It was just everything to her. And she just saw him brutalized and beaten and crucified. I mean, nails and spears and blood. It's a gruesome story. I don't like blood and gut stuff. I have a hard time reading it this time of year. And it's Mary and the other women that go back to the tomb to tend to his broken, beaten, abused, bloodied, tortured body. It's the women. It's not their job because of their gender. It was their role because they're the caregivers. It was the women that followed him and stayed at the cross and were first at the tomb to tend the body. It was the women that he appeared to. It was Mary Magdalene that Jesus encountered at that tomb. And it was Mary that Jesus says to her, go and tell the others. Where are the others? Where are the guys? They were back gathered someplace else, hiding for their lives, afraid. And it's Mary. It's Mary running back and forth in shock out of her place of pain and devastation at the loss of her beloved. You know that feeling. You know that feeling. You know that feeling. And she, in her words, by saying this simple line as she goes back, I have seen the Lord. She is declaring hope and resurrection and light and promise for a brighter day in that sentence. And she comes out the hero by that sentence right there. Because she lives out of her grief and believes in the promise of something better happening. That this resurrection story is for the person who is oppressed, is downtrodden, is beaten up, feels isolated, kicked out, not welcomed. Name all the ways that we get wounded and hurt and put ourselves out. And that is a sign of hope that someone so tormented and upset can encounter Jesus again in his presence of light and goodness and know that in that proclamation, I have seen the Lord. And no longer is she in a place of despair and mourning and grief. She has been transformed. She becomes the hero with her statement like that. I have seen the Lord is a declaration that in those hard situations, we can still the light and life of Christ in our midst, in front of us, with us, and present to help get us through whatever it is we are carrying around as baggage. And it's not just a promise for us, it's for anybody. Love of Christ, love of God, light is not to be kept from anyone. Not from anyone. No one is to be excluded from that. And it sure as heck isn't our place to judge it. I have seen the Lord. If you want to be an active part of the story in this day, if you want to be one of the heroes that tell the story of Christ, risen and resurrected, the light and life to the world, then you start by saying that phrase right there, that you have seen the Lord. You encountered him. You had a moment, and it allowed you to have hope and promise and possibility and believe in something bigger than yourself. And that is the light and love of the one who loves us enough to give his life over for us. I have seen the Lord. I have seen the Lord. It means you have not been trapped and buried in that tomb with death. But I have seen the Lord means you too encounter Christ. And you saw him there. And you are part of the Easter story to tell it to share it, to live it, to be the witness of it to others today, here, now, and in this world. So that Christ has risen. He's risen indeed. And people know it because I have seen the Lord. Now, who's the hero?